Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? 4 times a day. 4 times a day? Johnny J, what color is that pill you be popping? Because, honey, you got the girls going crazy. 62 years old? Psh, I don't know how old Alexis is. She's probably in her 40s. I don't know. But I don't even think a 42-year-old can go 4 times. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Last week I was so upset with Emily, taking her cheap shots at Jen. But when she called Jen Malibu broke Barbie, y'all, oh my God, I cracked up so bad. I think I even had to rewind that part just to hear. She was just like, Malibu broke Barbie. And I don't like that. She coming for Jen, but that was funny. Also, y'all, anybody else was agitated with Heather and that whistle? I mean, goodness gracious, would you please stop? She took her referee position a little too serious. What am I talking about? Well, hey, besties. Welcome back to the channels Behind the Shade. And I am here to give my recap, my review of The Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 18, Episode 3, Red Flags and Flag Football. I don't know if I like that title. I don't know why I have an issue with the titles. I just feel like they could be so much better. But Red Flags and Flag Football. So let's get into it because it's a to be continued. So you remember Gina gets up and leaves because she can't fuss at at Jen. She goes outside. She's still fussing and fussing and fussing at Jen. Gets in the car and she calls Emily. And did you guys notice they stay on the phone almost 30 minutes? So Gina calls Emily. And so Emily is like, you just need to move on from ding dongs. Let's leave the ding dongs in ding dong land. And it's like Gina says, there's just so many here. And I'm like, Gina, when you first got on this show, boo boo, you were a ding dong. Okay, how do we forget? We forget. People be forgetting. Okay, are you supposed to forget when you glow up? So anyway, Gina is just like, I can't educate Jen on how not to be an idiot. And it's like, come on, girl. The night, okay, she's upset. She's trying, and she's triggered. I understand. I get it. Gina is triggered, honey. Gina does not want to go back to poverty. She don't want to go back to being broke. She is trying to bubble in this new profession, and you just messed up a deal. You know what she said last week? You took food off my kid's table, honey. Um, so, and to me, Emily is triggered just as well. Why? I don't know, but I kind of came up with this idea. Um, Gina and Emily both are in a position, a new place in their lives. Gina is making money now because I believe the more seasons you do, you get a raise, right? So she's making more money with Bravo and she's doing real estate, right? And then with Emily, she has lost the weight she's been trying to lose. She's lost the 40 pounds and she doesn't want to go back to being bigger again. So they're both, I think they're triggered for different reasons, but the same kind of reason. They don't want to go back to the old them. And something about Jen is just triggering the both of them. And maybe Emily is just triggered because she's Gina's friend. Maybe she had to help support Gina when Gina was doing bad. I don't know, but Emily is just as triggered as Gina. So I thought it was harsh for her to call her an idiot. Um, because life can educate you. She doesn't need you to educate her because you are not broke. And how does Jen know that? Because she brought up the casita. Get to that in a minute. I'm jumping ahead. Um, you know, my thing with Gina is, Gina, you just needed to tell Jen tell her how you went out on a limb for her and it's affecting your business relationships, because Jen did not know. She has no clue. She's never been here before. She has no clue, right? Okay, so the next scene, Jen calls. So in that same scene, Jen calls Shannon while she's still inside the coffee shop, and she's venting about what just happened with Gina fussing at her. And she's telling, Shannon what she said. And, she said she thought Gina would understand her situation because she used to live in a casita. So then they do a flashback to 2018. And when she, was just newly divorced or whatever, and she had to live in a casita with her kids. And if you don't know what a casita is, it's living on someone's property. It's pretty much like a studio. It could be a 1 bedroom, but a small space for her and 3 kids. And how does Jen know that? Was she a fan of the show? But anyway, Gina said, yeah, she do understand, but she wasn't waiting on no check from her ex. And it's like, So Jen says all the money she has comes from Will, who is her husband. I can't say ex because they're still married. They're fighting, but they're not divorced yet. So Tamara and Shannon is on a shared screen, and they're both getting ready for the flag football game. And so Tamara is over at her house, mocking how Shannon acts and got her hands all up and just pretending to be Shannon and teasing how Shannon acts and all that. And so she just carrying on and just wondering what costume she gonna have on. But so she's pretty much dreading being around Shannon, but she does say she can be civil. So Shannon is at home with a friend and she's pressing her name onto a jersey. You know how you gotta put something over the jersey, and you press, you put the numbers or the number and the letters down, and you press it to get it onto the jersey. So she's making up her costume, like Tamara said. Tamara knows her ex best friend very well. So next, Gina figures where she's at the beach getting ready for the flag football. She has a friend with her who's not on the show, and she's figuring that flag football is a good way to get everybody's tension out. And I'm like, oh, you want them to be out there fighting and hitting each other and touching on each other? So she just says, let's just beat each other up and walk away. I'm like, girl. So new girl Katie shows up, and she's talking about how she's really not a football player or whatever, but she was a figure skater for 10 years. And it's like, okay, thank you for sharing that, Katie. But we have questions from last week. Why that ex-husband don't fool with your daughter? Is that his a biological daughter? Is it not? Why is the younger son living in San Diego? Who he living with? Do you go see him? What's going on with that? Do you see your son out in Atlanta? We got questions. Okay, thank you for the figure skating thing. Where is your family? Where's your brother, your sister? Where are your parents at? We got questions. So then Heather comes, and she's going to be the referee child. And Heather is telling us in her confessional, that she could not find a designer referee shirt. They only come in polyester, satin, or something. So she's telling us how she made it work. She pushed, got something under it, and put it here, and she's good. So she gets 2 whistles. She blows to them. They both have different pitches. She loves it. She's gung-ho. She's ready. Because Heather lightweight bossy. So this is up her alley to be bossy. So everyone shows up. So Shannon whispers to Emily, asking her, like, so how these teams gonna go? Like, a whole bunch of people don't like each other, right? So she's kind of like, we got it, don't worry. So Emily and Tamara are the captains. So they pick out, their teammates. And they're pretty much, so the way it went, the people who have issues with each other are on opposite teams. So it kind of worked out. So after that, they went to separate picnic tables to make their team shirts for the game. So Emily's team, they picked out a name, and it's the Destroyers. Perfect. And so then Tamra names her team Team Love. And so Heather was like, oh, that's so boring. And she walked off. And it was like, Tamra, you could have came up with something else. And so, okay, we got the Destroyers and Team Love. So Katie was asked, like, what Tamara asked her, like, what you been up to? How's you're adjusting. So everybody started asking her questions. So I wish I was there too, because I got my own questions. Why is that father in Atlanta your daughter's biological? Why does she feel like she didn't have a daddy? I don't know why that's bothering me. And the other questions I just said. Yes, I have questions. And so she says she's getting used to Newport Beach still, and they love it. They moved here from San Diego. And so she told them the kids' ages, because everybody's asking her questions. So I didn't make notes of ask the kids' age, such and such asked. So these are the answers. She lives in Newport Beach. I guess that's Orange County. I don't know. They like it. They moved there from San Diego. She ran out the kids' ages. And she explained that she was married before this husband and had the 3 kids. And so the youngest is with her current husband. What about the other questions we have, Katie? Anyway, so Jen brings up the conversation with Gina. And so she tells her team, she tells them that she helped her get into the house, and now she can't pay the rent. And she explains that she doesn't have the means to. And she just says, she's telling me that I'm ruining her reputation. And she's thinking that I'm just not paying my bills. And so Tamara speaks up, and she says, well, Gina is a new real estate agent, and she's just worried about her reputation. And so Tamara says, she sees both sides to it. Jen isn't divorced yet, waiting on a judgment so she can get her some money. She moved in. She thought this man was going to pay the rent, and he didn't. Gina's, and on Gina's side, her thing is, don't move into a house that you can't afford. Right? And so Alexis says, you need, and Miss Alexis, she finally is talking about something besides John. She says, well, you need to have a conversation with her, be real, woman to woman, just get it out. And I was like, oh, listen at her. Alexis, it would be nice to see some more of your personality. We're trying to see if you've grown since gym. Have you changed? What's going on? We don't want to keep hearing about John all season, honey. So Shannon is with her team, and she's whispering, child. And so she asked, did Alexis really talk about her sex life? Talk about her intercourse life with John? And Emily says 4 times a day. And I do know Shannon asked, but can you still have a little compassion? Golly. And so Shannon just like, that is so inappropriate. And then, she says, what pill is he taking? Because that was not her story with him. So then Shannon tells us, honey, that the trainer told her that John and Alexis was just at the gym working out right before they got there to practice the flag football last week. And it was like, they're all like, find a new gym. And it's like, so, and Gina was saying it's so many gyms in Orange County, like you can definitely go somewhere else, And it's like, why is John being such a, they said, douchebag? And I guess this is all a part of being one, because he is one. He is just terrible. Like, why can't you move on? Why are you trying to hurt Shannon so bad? So here go Alexis. And I just said, oh, I would love to see more of her personality. Never mind, I'm taking it back. Alexis is in her confessional, and she gonna say, you can't call it your gym unless you own it. Do you own the place? Ugh. Ugh. Production, why y'all? You should have edited that out. Ugh, just when I wanted to get to know her some more, she's still the same. So they start to play ball. They're having fun. They are getting interceptions, honey. And then I like how they go through everybody to talk about football. And like nobody knows about football. Nobody watches sports. Heather said all she knows is Heather that Taylor Swift's boyfriend plays football. That's all she knows about football. So all Shannon's team, they just keep talking about doing the Shay Shay and the streaker. And guess what? Shannon's team wins 3-0. 3-0. So after the game, Alexa leaves right after the game. Her son has a winter formal, and she's gonna go meet him. How she's dressed right now. Just you got to how you send your kids off to their prom. So she bounces, and I'm like, girl, bye, girl, bye, don't come back. Goodness. So Shannon is sitting with Jen and Katie. And Jen tells Shannon the issue with Gina, that the issue with Gina was brought up. And Katie is gathering information because she's trying to put the dots. She's trying to connect the dots and get to know these girls. And again, she sees both sides just like Tamara does. And so, she just like all the girls. So then all the girls sit down. They're eating pizza and all that. And so Gina tells Jen she didn't like how the conversation ended. And I like how Gina just went in for it. They deserve that. Jen agrees, and she thought Gina understood her because she's been in a hard spot too. And Gina said, I have, and that's why I helped you. And I'm like, good point, Gina. Good point. Good point. Jen said, I don't have a judgment, and you keep telling me to figure it out and hustle. And it's been 3 years. I've never had to question my rent being paid. And Gina understands all of that, honey. But but she said, Jen, you signed a contract and you have to pay bills. And Jen said, I understand that more than you. So Jen says, all I owe is in a pot. And then she stops and she changes it and says, instead of saying, she was going to say, all I can say is I owe you an apology. She stopped it. So she changed it to a thank you. And Gina says, no, 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 no. And here she goes. She getting loud again. And she said, she said, Jen, this burnt me bad, Jen. I put you in a home. You wasn't paying your bills. I had a good relationship with this agent, and now she won't return my calls. Jen gonna say, well, she returns mine. Well, duh. You owe rent. You're a renter. She want to return your call because she's they hoping you go pay the rent. She not gonna ignore you and let you stay in the house. Oh my God. So Gina says, yeah, because you're squatting in her house. I was like, oh my God, Gina, no. Gina, no. No. So Gina's like, I'm a squatter. And Emily is kind of like, mm-hmm. And then Gina was like, yes, until she asked you to leave. I was like, Gina, bring it back, Gina, bring it back. You didn't call her an idiot. Emily didn't call her a ding dong and a broke Barbie. Now she's a squatter. Goodness, Gina is triggered. So, she don't want to go back to being poor. Understandable. And it's kind of how, and so it's just like, oh goodness. It's when she called, Okay, wait. This is what I want to say too. So when she called her a squatter, did y'all notice? You know, I always got a did y'all notice? I'm gonna add that. Did y'all notice Tamara almost choked on her pizza when she called her a squatter? It was like, and I was over there like, oh my goodness, it was a clutch your pearls moment. So it was so Tamara and Heather tells Gina, like, you know, you need to chill with that word. Don't call her squatter. Let that go. Um, you know, and so I'm still like, dang, that is so cold. Like, let me just say this, like, dang, Gina, you don't have no compassion for this girl. She has 5 children. 5, not 3, but 5. Like, there is no grace. Like, golly. Anyway, okay. I'm just like, oh boy. And Jen is so nice. That's what just I'm just stuck at, because Jen is such a nice person. And she kind of reminds me of Brawwyn. Y'all remember Brawwyn? She kind of was struggling a lot, had a lot of kids, you know, trusted her husband to take care of her, oblivious, don't even have a clue, you know. So you know, Gina says to Jen, I just wish you would have called me as a friend. And I had to stop right there. So Jen's answer was, I didn't even know. Like, she didn't know. She was paying. So what she explained last week is she had a small portion to pay. She paid her portion, but Will didn't pay his portion. And we remember, let's go back, they are divorcing because she was caught cheating with Ryan. If I remember correctly, Bessies, you can correct me. That, and you know, a man's bruised ego, you know, he is bruised to the fact to where he don't even care about taking care of his own kids. Oh, honey, you know that ego is strong, honey. When you mess around, honey, he is paying her dust. That is something else. When you, but at the same time, we heard her. Will is not working with her family anymore. Does he have an income? Did he save money? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's struggling too. I'm thinking, because he can't be that bruised, like to where you don't want to take care of your kids. They do have people like men like that, but maybe he's struggling because she said he's not working with the family anymore. But does he have another job? We didn't, like, we be having questions. Okay, so let's go back to I wish you would have called me as a friend. Well, listen to this, Gina. The realtor, renter, landlord was emailing you too, correct? When you got the emails, did it ever dawn on you? Did it ever dawn on you that you could have emailed Jen because it was bothering you so much? Was there ever a time where you felt like maybe you could have picked up your telephone and gave Jen a call and just been like, hey Jen, what's up? I am a part of the email. I'm gonna just let you know, because I don't know if she was BCC'd or CC'd. She said CC, so that means that Jen would have saw her email too. You could have gave her a call and said, you know, what's up? You could have gave her a call. So anyway, because you said y'all was friends, that's all I'm addressing that. But I do understand sometimes you want to sit back. I understand that, but for the point that you're getting so upset and riled up, you should have reached out just to save your stress. So Jen said, I didn't even know. Why you could keep coming from this girl? I mean, you could look at Jen, and Jen, if you're listening, I'm not trying to be funny, but if you even look at Jen, she looks like she don't have a clue. So the fight that you're trying to fight, Gina, it's not going over well. Jen does not get it. Look at her. She looks like she don't know where the power company is. She looks like she doesn't know when the bills are due, or she doesn't know, and she looks like it. She's not pretending to be someone she's not. Okay. Okay. So Tamara chimes in, and I'm like, Tamara, you are doing big things in this episode. I think I already know what I want to grade this episode. So Tamara chimes in and she says, I think Jen married Will at a very young age and he took care of her. He took care of you. Jen said everything, everything. Took care of all the bills. Jen said she's learning. She said she had no access to anything. Jen then asked Emily, why are you so judgy about this? Because, Emily's sitting across from her, she's all, animated, moving, making faces probably. And she said some things. And she said, like, why are you so judgy? Because you ain't never been in that situation. And she's a know-it-all. Emily's a know-it-all, and she is an attorney. So Emily said you could do things legally, like you can go into the courts. And Jen says it's scary to figure these things out at 46 years old. And there's things that she doesn't know that 20-year-olds know. She's like, she has never had a credit card in her name. And this is a new stress for her. And now Ryan is taking care of her. She's moved into his house. She handled her car situation. She had a Range Rover and she couldn't, I think she was upside down on the notes because she probably wasn't, I don't know. He went in there and he got her a different car, cheaper probably, and they put the $24,000 debt from the Range Rover, they put it on his car payment. And it's like, oh my God, now you're indebted to another man. So Gina tells Jen, you got to be selfish now. Like, you just got to, get up and do some things. Do it for your kids. Then Gina tells the girls that her and Travis, no, she's telling the girls that Travis is moving out. Everybody's like, oh. Then Heather in her confessional is going to say, I knew it. And it's like, you are so self-absorbed. Do you ever think about other people? Because I don't believe so. But everyone else is surprised. And so she's explaining that, they cannot afford a house big enough together with them and all the kids. And pretty much Gina don't want to take care of him and his 3 kids. This girl then got her some money. She done got her money up where she can now, may take her kids on vacations. And she's not going to do it for the whole family. And she shouldn't. And I don't understand that why they can't discuss that. But we know Gina don't discuss stuff. She gets mad and blow up. But Gina explains that they both were destroyed in their divorces and she's rebounding, right? He's still fighting with his ex in court. And it's just stressful. It's stressful. And so she has a great co-parenting situation with Matt. And she has more money, and like I said, she just wants to do things, and she don't want to hold back from her kids and then later on have resentment when you're older and your kids are grown and they all crazy and acting out, and you mad and you got, I wish I would have took you to Disneyland when you was a baby. I mean, it's understandable, but at the same time, wow, these ex-wives are something else. But I don't know, Travis, you need to step it up a little bit. And I think she even said to where she hoped he do step it up while they're separated. And sometimes let's hope for the best for them because they're cute. But like I said, y'all, I don't know. Maybe Matt over there not enjoying his girlfriend no more. And maybe Gina is thinking that maybe they could get back together. Huh. Because Matt is fine. I'm about to Google him and pull his name, but I remember Matt is cute. So anyway, so Jen asked, you're not breaking up? And so Gina said, well, that's not the intention. And so Gina then apologized to Jen for her harsh comments, and then they hug. I am all about resolving issues. I mean, you ain't gotta go all the way. There's a time where you gotta just, you gotta know when to fold them and you gotta know when to hold them. But I like that they resolved that because, yes, Gina, you just went so far. Like Gina, of course, she didn't deserve that kind of energy because you can look at her and tell she don't know nothing. Sorry, Jen, but you could tell you're so meek and humble and like a little scary little kid. Like you just Gina, golly. So Emily takes Shannon with her and they go to the photo, studios because her anniversary with Shane is coming up 15 years. Very good. And she wants to take the boudoir photos for him. She want to embarrass him. She lost this weight, honey. So she want to put it on the glass, as we used to say back in the day. She wants to put it on the glass. And this girl works out every day because she fears gaining her weight back. And so Shannon let her know you look good. But Emily says she was more confident when she was bigger. Okay. So then Shannon just, kind of shares her health journey after her husband Dave, after they broke up, she had gained weight from drinking and eating or whatever. And when she went, you all remember that clip where she went to the trainer and he made her pull her shirt up. He took a picture, her before picture, and blah blah blah. She was a little roly poly. Yes, Shannon was a little roly poly. And so Emily is getting ready for this photo shoot. She's doing the Catwoman thing. She got her booty cheeks out, looking good. She got the cat mask with the ears on, the whip. She was doing it. She was doing it. And so, next scene, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I am officially sick of Alexis. Who's with me? Who is with me? So her, Jen, and Tamara meet up. They get together. They go walk the dogs. So Tamara's like, "Did you steal Archie from Shannon?" Because Alexis has a golden retriever. Is it a golden retriever or is it what's the other one? Anyway, she was like, she adopted the same dog that looks like Shannon's dog. Now, this is where I draw the line with you, Alexis. Are you trying to be Shannon? You got her man, right? You go to her gym. You try to be in her friend group. I don't know if you changed your car and you got a car like her. I don't know. Do they live together? Do her and they can't live together in 2 months, huh? But anyway, now you got a dog that looks just like her dog. You are truly trying to take over trying to live Shannon's life. Yes, you are. Don't deny it. So they are laughing at that because this dog looks just like Archie. So Tamara tells Alexis that Jen was oh, sorry, y'all. Annihilated. She was annihilated. Am I saying it right? Because I don't say the word annihilated. Um, sorry, I know you'll correct me. I will work on it, but I've never really heard of the word. They told her the story with her and Tamara. They told her the story, and Tamara told her she doesn't want her to end up in the same situation that Will put her in now. And so, you live in that. So Tamara's telling her, you live in that big, beautiful house. You're driving his car. Don't be okay with that. And I'm like, Tamara, you are really doing it. I'm loving it. So, Tamara is speaking from a place of love about getting it together. And she said, don't put your head down again, Jen. I was like, okay, that's a little too strong. Stop. Are you calling her a giraffe? Stop, 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 stop. That's enough. So Jen, explains to us, that the yoga studio is slow. They don't pay themselves. They need to do better with their campaigning on social media, this, that, and a half. So I'm actually going to see if the studios is still open because they have put the name of it on the screen. Okay, so back to the photo shoot. Emily's photos are coming out very nice. Booty out, just bang, bang, go girl, do your thing. She do look good. And Shannon tells her that Alex, the part owner of the gym, called to see how the football game went. And she told him that she found out that Alexis went up to Gina and brought up the gym to her. And so after going only twice to the gym, Alexis is calling the gym hers. And oh yeah, and Alexis goes to Shannon's trainer also. Oh my God, Alexis, you are trying to be Shannon. What does Shannon need to do? Cut her skin off and glue it to you? You got her man, a dog like her, the friends, the trainer, the gym. Ooh, wee. So anyway, Alexis says Shannon hasn't been to the gym in 6 months. And Alex said he don't want no drama. He was like, y'all can leave. How about that? So Alexis told him she's a good Christian girl. And so then Alex responded and said, oh, Christian girls, a Christian girl that talks about her intercourse life. Then John gets upset and cusses him out. F-bomb here, F-bomb there, F-bomb here, F-bomb there. We're not coming back here again. And it's like, well, oh, he said, and Shannon, I know Shannon is behind all of this. And it's like, well, John and Alexis, that's pretty much what Alex was trying to say to both of you when he said he don't want no drama. He was pretty much kicking you out the gym then. Duh. And we all know Shannon has something to do with it. Duh. The word gets around Orange County, honey. So Alexa says they are never going back to that crap shack. The crap shack. Okay. The crap shack. But you was in there loving it because I heard you on the beach telling Gina, my gym, his gym, our gym. Now it's a crap shack. Girl, uh-huh. Oh, no, yeah. So even Shannon says it's like she trying to be me. She trying to live my life. Same man, dog, love bomb. She's being love bombed by him. They go to the same restaurants. That's right, the quiet lady or the quiet woman. They go on boat rides. He takes her to the hotels for her birthday like he did Shannon, the gym. And so Alexis says Shannon needs to redeem her man's name. Why? And then Tamara says she's not going to do that. Be quiet, Tamara. I was liking you. You was doing good. Now I got to take a strike away from you. So in the next scene, Katie meets up with Gina and Sutton. Hey, Sutton. You know, Sutton from Beverly Hills. And, you know, she brings her dog, Junebug Carter Cash. Okay. And all I have to say is, Sutton, you are in public at a restaurant. Put your dog on a leash, please. Don't mind the dog being there. It's an outside venue. It's Orange County. Everybody has a dog. Nothing wrong with bringing them in if that's what you do and that's what they do. But where's the leash? You just walk in and he just walk in like he get ready to go sit in a chair. Put him on a leash so everybody can be comfortable. Child. So Gina tells us that she knows. Okay, so remember, Sutton connected Katie and Gina because Katie was moving to Orange County. Gina is a realtor. So Sutton hooked them up so Gina could find Katie the house that she's in. Perfect, wonderful, good networking. So Gina knows Sutton because Sutton's ex-husband was the president is the president of a mutual fund company where her ex Matt used to work. Uh-huh. And so she gonna say in the confessional, except Sutton did way better in her divorce than I did. Oh, because we know Sutton pulled in the money, honey. That's why her dog walking in the restaurant without a leash. Because she got that money, honey. So Sutton asked Katie, has she met Heather yet? And oh boy. So Katie kept going, again, we got to hear the story about how they was at Sutton's Christmas party. Heather looked at Katie for like 5 seconds, didn't speak to her, and then turned away and looked away. We had to hear that again. Then Heather posted a picture of herself on IG. Katie liked it. Then Katie said she went to sleep, woke up, and Heather tagged her in the picture. Sutton was like, "Were you in the picture?" She was like, "No." She tagged me in a picture. What was that about, Heather? I know they're going to address that in the reunion. So Sutton tells her, "Don't mess with Heather. Don't do it. I'll go hide. Don't do that." Katie wants to get to know her, but Heather is being two-faced with her so far. So she's kind of like, we'll see. So back at Emily's, she's talking to Shane about his health and all, because he goes to 7-Eleven every day and get a big gulp. And I can't remember the soda, but it's brown. So Pepsi, Coke, Dr. Pepper, somebody. He goes get a big gulp every day and he drinks it all day. She said the big gulp goes all over the house. It takes laps all over the house. So Emily went to go have dinner with her stepdaughter, his daughter. I don't remember her name. Chanel, something. They went and had dinner, and the daughter brought up how he was telling her that she eats out too much. And he was lecturing her. And so he was kind of like, no, she brought up food. We talked about it. It was a very light situation. It was a very light, conversation. And so, they took it as Shane was being a hypocrite because he eats at In-N-Out all the time. And it's Diet Coke. He drinks Diet Coke and it doesn't work out. And so he said, she mentioned food and he said it was just best to eat at home. And like I said, he said it was a very light conversation, didn't think much of it. But Shane is highly sarcastic. So he probably said something that he thought was light and it hurt his daughter's feelings. Because his mouth is sharp, got the sharp tongue. And Emily suggests that they try to be healthier together for the kids and all that because, she's going overboard at the gym and then he doesn't do anything. He's at home with the kids while she's at the gym. And so he says he can't work out because of the kids. And so she reminded him that he had, not too long ago, he had chest pains and he was bent over grabbing his chest. And, she freaked out and he couldn't breathe. So she freaked out. So she's, men don't go to the doctor. And so she's telling him like how men are out there on the golf course and they just have heart attacks all the time because they're not going to the doctor. And, they die and they, pass away while they're golfing. And Shane, like I said, he gonna tell her, well, you don't have to worry about that because I don't golf. And so she tells him, I don't want to be a widow. I need you. You got these kids and blah, blah, blah. And she has a point because being a widow is not fun. So the last scene, you guys, oh my gosh. Did I cry? I didn't cry, but I just felt bad for Mr. Travis. So the last scene, Gina and Travis are at the house and he is packing. And she's asking questions because she's uncomfortable. And she's just checking up on him. She's trying to ensure, yes, I'm kicking you out, but we're going to still be together, right? You're not going to be mad at me. You're going to call me. We're going to still kick it, right? That's she's trying to ensure the relationship. So she's asking him questions about how does he feel and where they stand. And he says, we'll be doing the adult dating, and so he looked really crushed. He looked sad, like he was ready to cry. And so Gina feels guilty because she's choosing herself and her kids over their whole family. And I get it because, it's kind of hard because the ex wife, that drama could really drain you. It really can. You got to be strong and in love. And Travis, he in just on the outside looking in, he should have ensured growth in his marriage and in his relationship with Gina. He should have ensured, and maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think everything runs its course too, because they've been together how long? 4 years. They've been together 4 years. So I think it just ran its course. You get tired of all that drama. Okay, so Gina is guilty because she's choosing herself and her kids over their family. And she just says she's telling him like it's just hard to watch you move out. And so it's confusing because she doesn't want to break up. And this is very hard. And it's hard for both of them. It looks like it's hard for both of them. And it feels bad. She's telling him like it feels bad because you won't be here tonight. You won't be in the house tonight. And it's like, dang, Travis, you let your ex just ruin your relationship. Did they talk about this before? And we know Gina don't communicate. She waits to blow up. I don't know. But oh man, maybe they could well, they're not breaking up. And then I heard she was on Watch What Happens Live the other day, and she told Andy that they were doing cool. I gotta watch it. I think I'm gonna turn it on after this and just see, do I believe her? And I'll let you guys know. If you guys watched it, let me know in the comments. Do you believe that they're okay? Do we know that they're still together? Do y'all know? Because I don't follow up when people are not. I don't follow up. I just like to see the stuff on while the season is playing out. Okay, yeah, Travis and the ex-wife should feel bad. What is going on? So anyway, this is and I'm thinking to myself, this is why you do not move on prematurely. You stay stuck in your mess until that divorce is final and you are free. It is so, I hope this is a lesson for Travis. Stay to yourself, stay single, stay by yourself until this stuff is over. And maybe, and you know what, you guys? Maybe the breakup, maybe the ex-wife will think that they're broken up and maybe he should not correct it, but maybe that'll help him get divorced if the ex-wife thinks they're not together. I'm just saying, because I'm a woman. I know how this thing goes. I know how we be tripping sometimes. Have all your ducks lined up in a row before you move on. Because look what happens. Because there's no way they should be doing this. I really thought that I just liked them together. Okay. Because there's just no way that Travis should have brought all this baggage to anybody. But you know what, too? Weren't they both getting divorced around the same time? They probably what probably happened too? They probably got together behind a trauma bond of going through a divorce. Now Gina is more healed, further along, divorced, money is good. They're not on the same page anymore. They've grown apart. And that can happen. Okay. So he tells her she's confusing him because she's like trying to second guess the decisions she made. And he told her, like, don't put this on the kids because they would prefer to be in this house as one than living separately. And he said that he agrees with the kids. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That was a nice little subtle, nice, nasty. But he wasn't being nasty, but it was nice. The delivery was good, I'll say. And she's like, I just don't want you to resent me. And he says, lucky for you, I don't hold on to things. But I was thinking, y'all, did that mean he moving forward? He not gonna be mad at you, but he not gonna stay with you too? That could have I could have interpreted that a couple of different ways. I ain't holding on to this raggedy relationship. Okay, so He finished packing. He loaded up the car. Now they're in the garage. She's watching him move. She's watching him drive off. He kisses the dog. And, she's telling him, call me when you get there. He's like, okay. And he drives off into the wind. It was a good episode. It was good. Orange County is doing their thing. This is only 3 episodes in, and it is really, really good. Really good. Okay, besties. Behind the Shade is over and out. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel so you can be updated and you know when I post the next video. Put your comments down in there and let me know what you thought. I'm going to rate this week's episode. I'll give it an A. Gina apologized. They hugged it out. Some good points there. Alexis, I'm over it. She is totally trying to be Shannon. Emily. Oh, one thing that I missed. Back up. Child, I didn't want this video to be this long, but back up. So, after the football game, when Emily was giving out the trophies, oh my God, here we go with this mess again. She had an award called the Tried Award, and she gave it to Jen. And here she go with because you tried to play football. You tried to pay rent. You tried to drive a Range Rover. Mind you, Emily drives a Range Rover. And it's just not working out. And I'm just like, listen here, Emily. Shane is over there having chest pains. Honey, you need to cool it. You made it to 15 years. You might not make it to 16 because Shane is over there drinking big gulps of Diet Coke and going in and out at 48 years old, and he's not going to the doctor, and he has chest pains. You need to cool it, teasing women who are trying to go through divorces with families, because you might be in the same situation, but you might be in a different situation. You might become a widow. You better cool